It's nonstop, yo.
Inundated. We're all laughing because I was joking around before about how this has never happened before in internet history.
Yes.
I literally believe sincerely, and I mean this, and you thought that I was being hyperbolic.
I don't.
I'm not.
I don't.
He is showing up on my feed non-fucking stop.
Dude.
I'm not clicking on it. It's just next video is him in that accent, which I don't know what the fuck country that is.
I'll be trying to figure that shit out too.
And the entire media is attacking him on a daily basis. Buy the special, motherfucker. Buy the special. Real talk.
Here's what's crazy. I've been seeing him on TikTok.
TikTok. Do you know what I'm saying?
He everywhere, yo. He unstoppable.
Instagram.
His YouTube shorts.
Instagram, YouTube shorts.
You're wearing your YouTube shorts right now. You were talking about. You got your YouTube shorts on right now.
Oh, fuck you. All I'm trying to say is Hunter Biden got.
No, he's undeniably funny. You can't even act like a guy not funny.
He's funny. Yeah,
he's funny, bro.
If he's playing in your city, go see him. Watch his show. Just let him see that you support him, because right now he's being surrounded by people in this industry who are letting him know that he has to apologize, who are letting him know that people, Jimmy Fallon talking about people coming and crying for his Me Too comment. So it is important that he see that you guys are out there. And I know he'll probably play it off and he'll probably be embarrassed by the support, because this right now to me is the most egregious, blatant example of the left taking someone out for using their words. Worse, taking a comedian out for using his words.
Have you seen the guy who does YouTube videos and he like breaks down comedians acting like he just doesn't acting like they're great, and it's almost like a scientific breakdown of jokes?
Yeah.
He goes through Chris D'Elia's, and it is so fucking funny. He just destroys him. Oh my god.
Oh, good. Okay.
He's like, see, right here, he's repeating it so that people know that he's making a joke, which is very effective. You can tell he's a seasoned comedian because he said it 4 to 5 times to get people laughing, and he's laughing, which is
yes, it's so good. Chris D'Elia, the reason, if you're wondering why we're making fun of him, is because he has sex with children.
If I see another person who's done stand-up for 3 years, it's like, my special's coming out in 2 weeks, I'm gonna fucking, I'm pissed, dude.
I do teach piano lessons as well.
Oh yeah? Oh, you're a teacher? Oh yeah? Whoa. He's all like, I'm a teacher. Oh my God, there's so many trash comedians, I can't even fucking believe it.
And like the whole crew's like, yes, Myles, like, yes. And Myles is like, just doing God's work here.
No, come on, he did not say that. He did not say that.
No, he did. He said, just doing
I don't think he has any like unironic fans. Like I said, his entire community just makes fun of him. It's amazing.
One of the things that I think is interesting about this is that, you know, this is the third one of these videos that they released. And the first one, there was tremendous outrage. Second one, tremendous outrage. And that's when YouTube said, we're not going to let you post these videos.
I went and saw him at the Palladium about a year or two ago. And it was one of the worst shows I've ever seen. And one of my friends, another comic that I respect a lot, gave him a standing ovation. And I was like, are you fucking kidding me? And he was like, I understand why you feel the way you do, but I just love seeing the act. And I was like, I couldn't believe it. What was bad about that? It was aggressively corny.
It's tricky too, responding to a crowd like that too, because you have to be funny, but you can't be too mean, right? You can't hit a fly with a sledgehammer.
One of the best stupid, poor comedians working today, for sure.
I just really encourage this group to think carefully about this sad attempt at humor.
Welcome to the stream. Welcome to Rumble Explained by an Expert, live on Rumble Monday. Oh, look at that hair. Should have looked at myself before the stream, but I don't do that enough. As someone who's a professional public figure, I often go days without seeing what I look like. Amy is Twitch and resubscribed for 6 months. That's a long term. That's a lot of commitment. You think that this is still going to be entertaining in 6 months? I applaud you for that. Thank you all for joining us. The chat is already rumbling. We already got lots of people here. Get your bingo cards. The bingo cards have been administered. If you guys want to play a little bit of Gutfeld bingo, lots in the news today. People, the whole comedy world is talking about the Riyadh Comedy Festival, which is the premier comedy festival. I don't know if you guys remember, last year, Just for Laughs in Montreal went bankrupt. And so now the biggest comedy festival in the world is in the desert. In the deserts of Saudi Arabia, where comedians are paid a fair price to pay respects to the Saudi royal family and further the interest. Now, I don't know if you guys saw, a lot of people are criticizing. A lot of people are criticizing the, comedians for taking the paycheck. But if you notice, if you go to our Patreon, we have actually had a Saudi Arabian Patreon tier available this entire time. Since we started the Patreon, we have been begging for a Saudi royal to fund this channel. And so far, we have not garnered the attention of the royal family. So if you guys know any sheiks or, anyone who works for Saudi Aramco, please let them know. We're out here explaining jokes, and if we've got a big audience online, and if they want us to be apologists for a murderous regime, we'll do it. We've got a price. We have a price. Winter's coming, and the heating bills are getting more expensive every year. Hey, homie, I checked your video. Seems like you are new on Kick, not yet affiliated and verified. Oh, thanks, PLP01. Now, this might be a bot, but I always send them money just in case. New follow. Bot just followed us on Kick. Look at that. We got Amy is twitching, who I'm pretty sure is a verified human being. We've got an opportunity in the chat here. Thank you. Hey, 1:20 till your bingo cards are unlocked. What do you guys say? Let's get this bingo going. A follow is a follow. Yeah, I'm not complaining. I gotta say the intro is so epic, it actually kind of makes me a little bit nervous. Satella Disco, thanks for the 20 bits. Hello, back to you. Back to you, homie. Does it sound cool when I say homie? Or does it sound a little out of character for me as a distinguished teacher? Let's take a look at Gutfeld. Let's get the Gutfeld going. Get your bingo cards. We got 13 players. That's not bad. Let's do it. Gutfeld. Let's see what he has to say about the Riyadh Comedy Festival. Hopefully, he's all in favor of it because, you got to get that bag. You got to get that bag. A bag isn't what it used to be. In the old days, a bag was like $500. But now it's 50 million. You got to do it. Hopefully they talk about Jimmy Kimmel, because he's back. Hi, Iris. We're right on schedule here.
Thank you. Well, it's Joe Biden's favorite season, fall.
Amazing. We already started with a Joe Biden falling down joke here. So that is definitely a joke about Joe Biden being old. As you get older, you find that the ground beckons to you, and you will start your slow transition into the earth. Hannibal Rex just paying the toll for some comedy education. Yes, Hannibal Rex gets it. Hannibal Rex understands that everything comes at a cost, bud.
Happy Monday, everyone. In Sacramento, California, a man was arrested for firing 6 shots at the local ABC affiliate. When reached for comment, the man said, "That's what you get for replacing me with Celebrity Family Feud."
Oh, that's a joke. Okay, so the joke is that Jimmy Kimmel shot at them. Tiny little laugh there. Not a big response for that one. I think just because the crowd's a little annoyed that they're reminded that Jimmy's back. Jimmy's back on the air. That we're back to 2 Jimmys again. America was down to one Jimmy. We're back to two Jimmys. Yeah, they're propaganda Jimmys. They're not like Gutfeld. Gutfeld tells the fair and balanced truth.
Meanwhile, a bunch of celebrities signed an open letter denouncing ABC's suspension of Jimmy Kimmel. And speaking of suspension, ABC is currently finding more ways to lower the cast of The View onto the set.
Wow. I'm the View. I mean, it's The View, but I could not see, and I've watched a lot of Gutfeld, and I could not see that coming. How do you get to The View? Jimmy Kimmel's suspension. As a comedy writer, you're sitting there with suspension. And Gutfeld's writers are always thinking, how do we pivot to The View, right? I would have thought a suspension bridge, maybe. You know? Suspension. Like a suspension bridge buckling under the weight of the cast of The View. Might sound a little more, but this is more absurd. Because he's implying they lower the cast of...
A bunch of celebrities signed an open letter denouncing ABC's suspension of Jimmy Kimmel. And speaking of suspension...
Speaking of...
ABC is currently finding more ways to lower the cast of The View onto the set.
I mean, that's funny.
We just needed that one word, suspension, to create a View joke. But it's true, Jimmy Kimmel is still on hiatus from his late night show, but he's scheduled to return to it tomorrow night.
Ooh.
All right, but when asked why the network didn't show Best of Jimmy Kimmel episodes to...
Best of Jimmy Kimmel? Oh, they can't, because there's no such thing as the Best of Jimmy Kimmel, because he sucks. Please.
To fill the dead air, they said that dead air is the Best of Jimmy Kimmel.
Thank you, Greg.
Meanwhile, Rosie O'Donnell is urging a boycott at Disney for their suspension.
Rosie O'Donnell back in the news again. You know, if it wasn't for Gutfeld, I might forget about Rosie O'Donnell. Or if it wasn't, yeah. There she is. Urging a boycott of Disney.
Attention to Kimmel. Pretty brave of her, since she was pegged to star in the upcoming live-action Dumbo.
We already covered is fat, didn't we? Yeah.
In her new book, Kamala Harris admits that before the election, she had reservations about allowing transgenders in women's sports.
You see how Greg added it on the fly there? He didn't read about he didn't say transgender athletes. He just said transgenders. So he shortened it. Comedy is all about rhythm, right? It's also all about sort of stirring hatred, because it'll make you laugh more that way. I can already see where let me predict where this joke is going here. Reveals reservations. Okay, reservations at the bar, because she's a drunk. Let's see if that works here. Oh, trans athlete policies, of course.
Although she said they would make great nannies, because that way Doug wouldn't bang them.
Never mind. Totally different than what I thought. Goes for the jugular. About her husband Doug banging the nannies. Very funny.
And get this, one of the reasons Kamala didn't choose Josh Shapiro as her VP was that she was concerned that he wanted to be in the room for every decision.
In the room for every decision. And that wouldn't be good, because she's always drinking. She's a drunk. Please.
Which is a problem for her, since she likes to drink alone.
Welcome to Gutfeld Monday, ladies and gentlemen. We got there. We cannot finish a Kamala joke without reminding everyone that she is a pissed up alcoholic. 46?
Who doesn't?
Myles can't explain
and
how we got
Harris
there.
Also claimed Biden called her before the debate with Trump.
Was that was not, he almost slipped up on the word her.
To mostly talk about himself. In his defense, though, he was screaming, "Help, I've fallen and I can't get up."
Okay, he's fallen again here.
How narcissistic.
Similar joke
All
to
right.
earlier. Or 12.
So in
Forgot
Arizona,
about 12.
100,000
Sorry, guys.
people showed up to honor the life and legacy of Charlie Kirk. The crowds were massive, thoughtful, and peaceful.
Thoughtful and peaceful. Look at that rally. You guys, please make it. You're my loyal followers, and when I am inevitably assassinated, please, I don't want to have a funeral. Okay, I want to have a rally. All right, I don't want people to be sad there. I want people to be bloodthirsty for revenge. Okay, know this, and clip this if you need to. When I'm assassinated, seek revenge, and not just on a person, on a whole group of people or an ideology. Please go, just go wild on them, and I will be watching and smiling from heaven. Thank you.
Yep, 100,000 people. Elon Musk said it was like a family reunion. I would have been there myself, but I was 3,000 miles away doing some live shows where just the mention of Charlie's name brought sustained standing ovations.
Yep. Amen, brother.
But in every venue, there was an energy there, and it wasn't one of anger or vengeance, but of hope and love. It brings to mind, at least to me, a comparison. I think back to the days after George Floyd, when there was a different sort of energy, an energy channeled into violence.
Yeah. What a different thing, right? When Charlie Kirk died, nothing but peace and love. And when George Floyd died, for no reason at all, the Dems started blowing up the cities. Let's just, you know what? I'm going to just say number 40 has killed people because that's the Dems. And what else we're going to go? We got migrant gangs at all here? We must. Perfect.
Arson, looting, and ultimately death. They were punishing people who were already struggling and cheered by liberals whose struggle is choosing between Martha's Vineyard or the Hamptons.
Postal elites, yep. That's what that's like. This is what they did. They were cheered on. People in the Hamptons love when the cities burn. That's like their favorite thing. That's all they do. The Dems at Black Rock and Blackstone, they pray for global chaos.
And yet here was a different response. In fact, even though many of us felt the rage from Kirk's murder in our very bones, it was indeed personal.
I don't think
We
BLM's
didn't
a tile
conclude
anymore.
that it gave us license to harm others. We didn't use it to justify burning down stores or stealing shoes or jewelry or hair pieces.
Yeah, see? That got Jesse Waters. So it's fair and balanced, right? He's not just saying that when a black person is killed by police in a one-off random event that never happens all the time, the Dems go crazy and they're violent psychopaths who should be put on a list. But he balances that out with Jesse Waters. Hey, what would he look like without hair, right? So, great points and fair and balanced.
But it's two different responses to two different events. What can we glean from that? What does it say about a people? Call them Republican or conservative or Christian or just plain normal?
Normal.
Whose response to grief...
You know what? I like that the most. You've got normal Americans at the Charlie Kirk funeral, and then you have ungovernable hell beasts on the other side. Barely understandable.
And outrage is its very opposite. And the other people call them the left, the self-identified oppressed, the few remaining Jimmy Kimmel fans who saw Floyd's death not just as an avenue for retribution, but also for theft and barbarism. They shouted Black Lives Matter while their riots left a dozen black people dead. But among Kirk's mourners, the idea of violence and revenge never crossed their minds. It's not that we don't feel rage, it's that we don't act on it because our moral standards forbid it. Well, that and when you have a job and a family to support, it's hard to squeeze in burning popcorn.
He went, Gutfeld, you hear him go, he regressed into Ireland there for a second. That's a slip up. It's a part. When you got a family to support. It's unbelievable. Why are they burning all the cores like that? It's an absolute disaster. Banshees of Inisharan, you're not my friend anymore.
Cars and stabbing people into your daily schedule. We're also not dumb enough to burn down the grocery store that we shop at every Thursday. We know that unless you're held hostage at a taping of The View, violence is rarely the answer.
Back to The View.
The left, however, embrace any opportunity to make violence acceptable. To them, violence is the language you speak to the oppressor. There are no standards to their behavior. Self-control becomes the enemy. Whether it's burning down police stations, attacking Trump supporters, Tesla cars, or ICE facilities, it's not the event that spawns the actions. It's the hateful ingredient within the people doing it.
Hateful
they
ingredient.
Throw rocks because it's how...
Hateful ingredient. This is good. This is, this is the monologue segment here, where Gutfeld sort of, as a joke, he sort of plants the seeds of civil war as it's like a funny bit he does, and we're all laughing. But yeah, it's good. He's finally pushing the little ingredient. The ingredient is sort of like we're made of genetics, right? Like he's kind of implying that genetically Democrats are inferior to normal Americans. So if you kill a Democrat, it's not quite the same as when you kill a normal person, right? Very funny bit. I think this is just a great joke here.
They get their rocks off.
The crowd is quite silent here because they're full of rage.
While ours is peace. Why do we redouble our efforts to find peace while their drive is for chaos? Well, I'll tell you what's inside them. Not a goddamn thing. They're as empty as a dog park in North Korea.
Nice. Empty as a dog park in North Korea because they eat the dogs there. That's a classic. That's a beautiful classic stereotype of Koreans, but also Chinese people as well, eating cats. It's a classic racial stereotype we love here on the channel. Always gets a big laugh. Not a huge laugh this time because the crowd has to think about it a little bit. People can be confused sometimes when you say Koreans because normally, Asia is China. It's it's hard to think about that there's other countries in Asia, but so it can take it's a bit of a risk, but they got it.
And as far as any spirituality, they filed Chapter 11 years ago. That's something to think about moving forward because this isn't going anywhere. This is a story of energy. Charlie's death unleashed an energy, one of love, not of hate.
You guys ever
I felt it in Pennsylvania and Connecticut, and you saw it in Arizona. It's as if Charlie's spirit is everywhere, and it forbids us from using his death to punish others.
Touch it.
Because we know that isn't what Charlie wants.
Touch it.
And as angry as we feel, we really don't want it either. It's weak, and worse than weak, it's exploitive. So spare me while I wipe the both sides argument off the bottom of my size 6 shoe.
Self-deprecate. Hey, he's still fun. He's a very serious rant about, creating a blood rage for Democrats, but he's a small guy, so that provides the relief, right? There's a lot of tension building here, a lot of guns being loaded, but then you're like, Greg kind of is a small guy. It's a little self-burn there, 23, very fun.
That should have read size 9. There are no both sides. Why is it Erica Kirk can forgive the guy who killed, but the left can't forgive Charlie for having lived? We must always lead by Charlie's example and hope that others will follow. Perhaps even those who participated in the very worst of behaviors might even see the light. All they have to do is open their eyes and turn off MSNBC and CNN. For the memorial reveals a truth that even I missed. When you look at 100,000 people together, peaceful, forgiving, and calm, you realize that's why the left needs to lie about us. The truth about us is so powerful. And without the distortion filter of the media, this is what people will see. And what they see is what people want to have. Peace, love, understanding. Imagine turning on the TV and seeing that for the first time. You might realize what a lie you've been sold for so long. The left have a right to be scared, but not of guns, but of truth.
Truth. Got him. Yeah. The left is full of lies and violence. Don't forget it, guys. Very funny episode of Gutfeld there. Great rant and really hammering home that you know, Democrats are subhuman and should never be entitled to a fair trial at all. You guys, we've got a lot of Gutfeld bingos checked off the list. Still no bingos yet. I'm hoping for you guys. I'm praying. I'm praying to the spirit in the sky, the Holy Lord, baby Jesus, that you will win bingo. And if you win bingo, if you're new here, you get to submit a link to the chat, and I will something you think needs explaining. I'll explain it as best as I can here. Oh, we got Travis Gravity wants a little Jerry Nadler. Hey, he's always in the cards. Jerry's always ready to show up. Yeah, how is Gutfeld not at the Riyadh Comedy Festival?
I know why you're clapping. Because of me. Happy Tuesday, everyone. So Kamala Harris appeared on The View today. It took her 10 minutes before she realized it was an Animal Planet.
Kamala Harris on The View. The joke is that these women are fucking animals. I think that applies to ugly. Because, you know, most animals, not the most attractive.
She was hawking her new book, where in it she claims when she heard
Joe
drop out of the race, she was in a room with Joe and 2 of his closest aides. Yeah.
Room of Joe and 2 of closest aides. Oh, man. Who could they be? How is it going to make him old? Who are his aides? Charles Lindbergh and Thomas Edison?
Yeah, hearing and home medical.
Never mind.
Earlier today, President Trump addressed the UN General Assembly. Things got off to an awkward start, though, when he had the first 4 rows deported. During his address, Trump questioned why the UN even exists. Well, sorry, Mr. Trump, the UN week serves a very important purpose, creating hundreds of jobs for the city's hookers.
What? So, okay. The joke there is that all the world's leaders are degenerate sex addicts, which, you know, has a kernel of truth to it.
Yeah. It's their holiday season. Keeps them in the black till the next UN week. French President Macron had to get out and walk after police blocked traffic for Trump's motorcade. Macron said he wasn't worried about getting assaulted because he was nowhere near his wife.
Oh, Greg loves this one. Great joke about Macron. I think it's Macron, but he says Macron, and I always go by the Gutfeld pronunciations because he's a learned man. He's well read and well educated. So Macron is definitely the pronunciation of that French name. Also, what a funny dunk on the French president, right? He's walking around, he can't get through an area. None of the Americans recognize the president of France because what even the fuck is France? Like, I haven't thought of another country in my entire... The only time I think about other countries is when Gutfeld mentions another country. Because honestly, what do? How much money does France make? Like, probably not as much as Texas. Couldn't give less of a shit. Very funny to see.
So good.
Very congratulatory there.
Later tonight, Jimmy Kimmel will return after he was taken off the air. I know. Yeah, and here I thought America had a strict policy against torture. But it's further proof that you can't keep a good black man down.
There he is.
Yeah.
That's Jimmy Kimmel. We explained this in our jokes in the golden era of comedy video that we had here on the Bachelors Music channel. If you haven't seen it, check it out. We do have We do explain that blackface was common in the United States and it was totally acceptable until 2015.
That's him. The ladies of The View chimed in about Kimmel, saying, "No one silences us," which is why they play loud music when they're using the bathroom.
No one silences us, including their farts. That's a very funny joke. And I'm gonna say, when they're using the bathroom, I'm gonna say poo. And I'm gonna, you know what? I'll say pee, because sometimes peeing can be just as loud. A lot of people discount pee as a loud bathroom activity, but you can really, if you slam that stream into that water, you can really make quite a loud sound there. So I'm gonna go poo and pee, because a bathroom incorporates all those things. Very funny stuff.
Noisy bunch. Howard Stern announced he canceled his Disney Plus to protest the suspension of Kimmel.
Oh no, who cares? Howard Stern is a woke bitch now, if you guys didn't know. He used to be fun.
Wow, Disney's never going to get that $9.99 back. So brave. I'm not sure why Stern said it on the air. He could have just called his remaining listener and told him directly.
Unsuccessful.
And finally, one of the last surviving actors who played a munchkin in The Wizard of Oz has died at the age of 94.
Oh, is this going to be a Gutfeld self-burn? Because Gutfeld is famously tiny.
I think we have a picture.
Hey, perfect. Perfect.
All right. So NBC claims that investigators have found no link between Charlie Kirk's assassin and any left-wing groups. Of course, these are the same people who see no link between...
Yeah. So I'm not going to listen to NBC for the truth. Okay, Gutfeld, could you please tell me that this shooter was carrying a copy of the Communist Manifesto?
Between the size of Brian Stelter's ass
is short
and
Very
Reese's
good.
peanut butter cups.
You're right.
As for this narrative's timing, all you have to see are the responses, which is, see everyone, no left-wing group was involved in this murder. Well, congrats, NBC. You provided the cover. And you can add that to your other scoops. The laptop is fake. COVID came from bat soup. Trump colluded with Russia.
Oh, that's a lot of bingo cards. Look at that. We have Hunter Biden on his laptop. Can you believe... You guys, this is actually incredible, because this laptop, this is my desktop background on my laptop. That's incredible that Gutfeld and I have the same sense of humor.
Is sharp as a tack. The mainstream media misses more mayhem than a blind cleaning lady at Motel 6. So is it a relief to know that the assassin wasn't part of some rat?
Gordo, congratulations. Hey, look at Gutfeld has reacted to your bingo with that face. Congratulations on the bingo win, Gordo. Let's get you your link in the chat here. And I will throw another bingo out there. Now, it says you have 10 minutes to get a bingo card, but that is generally a lie. I may start it earlier than that, so get them as early as you can. We're going to grab Gordo's link, and we're going to watch the links at the end of the stream.
You know, Jack, everything comes at a cost, bud. Cam Newton.
Thank you for the kiss, King Shaman. Thank you for the kiss. King Shaman says, "Love you, Gordo." What affection. What a gift of affection, Gordo, and kissing. King Shaman coming in and kissing Gordo right on the mouth. Cam Newton. Thank you for your donation to the stream. I've got some videos we can watch. Oh, there it is. Okay, we've got Ed Gordo with a Rumble video. Perfect. Exactly what I want to see. Right, staying right on topic and right on platform. Gordo, thank you. And congratulations on your win. Let's take a look at some of these. I got some videos I found on Rumble that are not Gutfeld. So let's take a peek. I haven't watched this one, but I know JP series is very funny. And a lot of people talk about Tylenol these days. A lot of people are talking about Tylenol and how it causes autism. Never knew this until very recently. But, you know, and the joke, so autism, I've also learned through, because I get my medical facts from stand-up comedy, because comedians are the smartest people in the world. There's only, you know, there's like millions of doctors in the world, and there's probably less than 250 professional comedians. So I learned that autism is when people like trains, and it's a very funny thing. So hopefully this is also funny.
Contacted her at 4 a.m. this morning. Do you know why? Because his wife, pregnant wife, who's 23 to 25 weeks pregnant, wanted to prove that Tylenol doesn't cause autism. Guess where she is? She's in a hospital on a ventilator with liver failure, and they said she's not going to survive.
Tylenol is now...
Wow. From Tylenol? Is that what she's implying? I gotta hear this again.
A husband who contacted her at 4 a.m. this morning. Do you know why? Because his wife, pregnant wife, who's 23 to 25 weeks pregnant, wanted to prove that Tylenol doesn't cause autism.
Okay. So, yeah, huge risk to take. We just learned. Now, you might ask, Myles. I mean, I know a lot of you, I know a lot of people watching this stream right now who are fans of the channel. You know, you're not going to second guess me. You're not going to second guess when comedians say things, because you understand. You have been here long enough. You understand the comedians are the smartest people on the planet. Now, so you know you can trust their opinions. Now, this lady, you might ask, some of you who are new, Myles, why would you trust this lady's medical story here? How do you know it's true? Listen, we live in the 21st century. There's no way to verify what is true or not. All you can go by is gut emotional reaction to things. And when I see a doctor or I hear an expert speaking, I'm often bored because they use too many complicated words and too much complicated language. Okay. So I kind of tune out. And I don't know if I can trust them or not because they're usually in like a lab or a fancy place. And that's not really relatable to me. I know I can trust this lady because she's in a truck, okay? And I've been in trucks. So I know if someone's talking from their vehicle, I have a vehicle. So we're like the same person. And I know that, hey, if we're that alike, I can trust you. Tyrion42 agrees wholeheartedly and follows the Twitch channel. Thank you for following us on Twitch. But yeah, so this lady, she's probably telling the truth because, you know, you guys probably have cars. This lady's got a car. So, you know, she's just like us.
Weeks pregnant, wanted to prove that Tylenol
So this lady, apparently, her friend is dying of Tylenol. So if you have Tylenol in the house, throw it out.
Tylenol is now the current thing that many liberals are standing with. It seems to be costing them. Welcome back to the JP Reacts channel, my beautiful freedom.
And JP comes in fast with a video confirming that this lady's telling the truth, just to double down. And JP has millions of subscribers. You don't get to that much success by just lying.
Loving friend, this is where we call out lies, hypocrisy, corruption, and help spread the light of truth and freedom because truth conquers. Now,
thanks for that,
Did
JP.
you ever imagine that the new current thing would be Tylenol? You know, it was like,
could you ever?
Ukraine,
No.
Yes. Pfizer, yes on that. Palestine is probably in there. And now Tylenol. Wow, how did this come to be? It seemingly is nothing more than defiance to President Trump as he and RFK Jr. made an announcement as they say, there's an autism epidemic and we're finding some links here. There's some other links, but Tylenol is one of them.
Dr.
So,
Oz,
of course,
RFK,
you could tell these
Donald
people, well, President Trump found a cure for cancer, and they'd say, how do I get cancer? I would like some cancer right now. So we'll see some examples of the most idiot behavior you could imagine. We'll also see how
gonna find some
world
libs.
authorities in the medical community so proud. Here is me, a pregnant woman, taking Tylenol because I believe in science and not someone who has no medical background.
No, don't tell us, no.
That's quite scientific of her
my
doing
God.
that.
There she goes.
By the way, I'm guessing if I had to place some.
Oh, God. She just killed her baby with that Tylenol. Ask anyone in a truck. That baby's dead. Fuck. That's just so reckless.
Money on it that she also put a lot of faith in Bill Gates, who is not a scientist and has no science background.
Yes. I don't know if you guys remember, years ago, Bill Gates famously said pregnant women should take Tylenol. I think that was right when you installed Windows 10. I think that was right after the login screen.
By the way, I'd be with her if it was President Trump and RFK in the science lab with their beakers coming out saying,
whoa,
Tylenol and autism, guys. You got to understand that. But of course, she doesn't really think more than one layer deep. Of course, it's not
Pop won't
President
stop.
Trump
Sorry to
and
hear that.
RFK Jr. doing the science experiments. For example, this Harvard scientist is one of them that is doing the science experiments.
Harvard. So, Harvard has come out and said that acetaminophen causes autism and ADHD 100% of the time. And this study has been verified and is in the Constitution.
And coming out saying
that's how science works.
Tylenol, the main ingredient in it, looks like a link to autism. These are kind of heads of state reporting on what the scientists are saying. But of course, that doesn't matter. Now, here is some live footage of liberals the day after President Trump said, don't take Tylenol if you're a pregnant lady. And here you see seemingly a pregnant lady taking Tylenol. So what's it take for
Jack, everything comes
someone
with
on the
cost,
far
right?
left to real...
Whoa.
Cam Newton.
Cam Newton, Corn Pop won't stop. Thank you for the 600-bit donation. Thank you. I'm going to use that money to buy Tylenol and throw it in the garbage so that no woman gets near it.
Realize Tylenol is the new current thing that I stand with. It takes about 15 seconds of President Trump talking. Take a look at what has so many people on the...
Hey, you know what? I just had an idea. You know what President Trump should say? He should say that staying alive is MAGA. And then all the Dems will off themselves.
Left gulping down Tylenol, including many pregnant women.
Then we'll be
Tylenol
free.
During pregnancy can be associated with a very increased risk of autism. So taking Tylenol is not good.
And here's some more examples of the TikTok trend. Pregnant women. Me popping Tylenol while pregnant because WTF is the government going to do about it? They're not going to do anything about it. You're allowed to. They're just saying this new information.
Get wrecked, liberals. You don't have to. Also, Dr. Oz, how many doctors are as rich as Dr. Oz and Dr. Phil are two of the richest doctors in America. And if you make more money, that means you're better at what you do. Gordon Ramsay is the best chef in the world because he has the most. I don't know how people debate these things because you can actually just measure bank accounts and find out who the best person is. So give me a break. Bingo starts now. It ended a long time ago. Hope you got your cards. Here we go. We are heading back to Gutfeld. Oh, he's looking happy here. All right, we got 16 players. We know that Tyrus is a guest. We're checking that right off the top here.
Radical group, that he was just some guy who acted upon a daily reminder that in order to save democracy, you had to murder someone. True, there were no records of him showing up at the nightly Antifa potluck at the YMCA. He didn't need to. Every single day he was fed the message that all of us are Nazis, fascists, white supremacists. From colleges to comedy shows, you can't escape the brainwash. So the media says, good news, folks, he wasn't radicalized by a group. Yeah, because he was radicalized by you, the media, the constant drumbeat from Democrats, the press, activists who've been screaming for years that people like Charlie aren't just wrong, they're evil. Who needs an arm?
It's absolutely true. You know, for some reason, my radio got stuck on NPR the other day, and they were doing a little documentary about birds in the Pacific Northwest, and they were talking about the various sandpipers that live on the sand, and it seemed very innocuous. But the whole time I was thinking, I'm like, man, they're really pushing for me to kill Charlie Kirk here. And you know, they didn't say it explicitly, but the way they described the birds and the forest and the foliage. I was like, man, this is making me super violent towards Republicans right now. It's literally constant. It's a constant media brainwash from the left. It's always implied. Always implied.
Armed group having a clandestine meeting in a basement when you have nightly programming on MSNBC.
Commies, yes.
They have more blood on their hands than Jeffrey Dahmer after a first date. I know.
Hey, that's a great joke. Great callback to Jeffrey Dahmer. A serial killer from 65 years ago. Great reference. A lot of Netflix shows about this guy. People love thinking about killing stuff.
Oh, never a second date with him. But if you're thrilled there was no organized group behind this hate, then how do you explain the reaction after the assassination? It wasn't universal horror. No, you had thousands of ghouls cheering his demise. Pop stars, talking heads, teachers, bureaucrats. Antifa wasn't needed because the culture did the work for them. Saying no left-wing group was involved doesn't mean there's no left-wing influence. It means...
Yes. Don't forget that, guys. Just because no one from the left is involved doesn't mean no one from the left was involved. Always. You know how Gutfeld can take any news story and turn it back to how the View is fat? I mean, you can do the same thing with any time someone dies. Think about how did the Democrats do this? Because they probably did in some way.
The poison has seeped into the groundwater. You don't need a special club when the entire ecosystem is the club. It's like Charles Manson bragging that he didn't kill anybody himself personally. No, Charlie, it wasn't you. Just a gaggle of human.
Charles Manson, another famous Charlie. Great tie-in there, but also similar murderer from about 60-something years ago.
Scum that you brainwashed. Nope, these creeps gave motive, permission, and the hopes that Kirk's assassin would be seen as a hero.
Mm-hmm.
Meanwhile, the same fools now cite bogus studies that say political violence comes from the right. But the stats are less believable than the shoe polish on Jesse's bald spot.
God, Jesse Waters, bald again. Very funny. See, both sides. He's hard on everyone. Yeah, whenever a random murder occurs, right? It's always Democrats. But whenever there's a state-sanctioned, legal murder of a socialist leader in any country in the world, and it's done by the CIA, that's called being civilized. Okay, that's just called progress. When there's a communist somewhere that gets drone striked, that's just, you don't have to you're safe from that. It's fine.
Because once you dig into the data, it turns out the fact checkers are about as clean as Hunter Biden's urine. They pad the numbers.
Hunter Biden, there it is. There's my desktop wallpaper again. Hunter Biden. And I'm going to say, I'll give you two. I'm going to give you Hunter Biden's laptop too, because like I said, I think this comes from the laptop.
Numbers,
35, 28. Joe Biden, yes.
Definitions that ignore every incident that doesn't fit the script. When the once vaunted Economist magazine cited a study showing that the most political violence is right-wing, they failed to mention that the study by an outfit called the Prosecution Project was run by a self-proclaimed Antifa member.
Yeah, you don't have to tell me that. Look at the nose ring. Nose ring means Antifa, which means time to detain.
That's like letting Dana lead a study on the advantages of living in a snow globe.
It is stupid, yeah.
And yet the media devoured this fanfic.
What the hell does that mean? This might be a Myles can't explain.
In a snow globe.
Telling Dana the advantages of living in a snow globe.
That's like letting Dana lead a study on the advantages of living in a snow globe.
I don't know. I don't know who Dana is. And I don't know how she lives in a snow globe. Yeah, I don't know.
And yet the media devoured this fan fiction like
Travis Gravy says because she's small. And snow globes are famously small. It's short. I'll give you it's short, but I also checked off Myles can't explain because I could not understand that one right off the top. That was a thinker. Thank you for your help on that one.
it was objective data. Coming up with a bogus study to smear the right and laundering it through the media. Rinse and repeat. So you got to wonder, why lie? Why did Jimmy Kimmel blame MAGA for Kirk's death?
Yeah.
It wasn't just bad timing. It helped provide cover for future left-wing violence.
Future, yes, it's coming. You guys know it's
coming.
coming.
Tell me no group. The group is CNN. The group is Hollywood. The
Coach
group are the
Williams.
late-night hosts losing millions, but still propped up by the networks. The group is every politician who calls half the country Nazis. And they're shocked when some unhinged loser happens to believe them. If you can't see that, it means you're part of that group, too.
I'll give you Disney Gonzo.
Let's welcome tonight's guest.
Good stuff, Gutfeld.
When he performs, even the critics have crickets.
Very funny as always. Scared of the future. I will stockpile ammo. I will stockpile ammo peacefully. Thanks, Greg. That was louder than before. I'm a Nazi. $1 per bullet. King Sean with a callback. Look at this sweater. I like it.
It's good to see you, and I promise I won't be crying. Happy Wednesday, everyone. So last night, Jimmy Kimmel returned to his show and gave a self-pitying, tearful non-apology. But I got to say, it's nice to see someone crying at Kimmel's show besides the audience.
The audience would cry at Kimmel's show because he's so bad at doing his monologue there. Jimmy Kimmel, wow. We're going to have to... He might have... He might be a short-term Gutfeld punching bag here. I don't think he's going to replace The View.
Kimmel failed to correct his lie that Charlie Kirk's assassin was a MAGA supporter, but he cited Jesus as inspiration for forgiveness. True, Jesus forgave his executioners, but Jesus also cast demons into a herd of pigs, which has...
A herd of pigs. A herd of pigs. You got chat? I'm gonna let you pre-laugh at the View joke that's about to happen. Get it out. Get it out. Get yourself a glass of water, and get ready to spit take when that herd of pigs is The View.
You know, for Jimmy, is still possible.
Oh, baby. Oh, baby. Oh, man. This is, I mean, I love Gutfeld.
So should we forgive him for the first time he lied or the second?
Hello, Disco. Thank
Jesus
you.
performed a lot of miracles, but I don't think he'll be bringing Kimmel's show back from the dead. Kimmel portrayed himself as a victim, so maybe next time he does blackface, instead of Karl Malone, he should just go as Jussie Smollett. All right.
Jussie Smollett, remember from the whole pretending to get attacked thing? That was 20 years ago today.
In other news, failed Trump assassin Ryan Ruth tried to stab himself with a pen after being sentenced in court. That's 2 times he tried to kill someone and failed. Wow, it's like he didn't listen to a word I said one woman.
Oh, Hillary Clinton. She knows how to kill people. She's like Jason Bourne. She could kill anyone with a pen. She's one of the deadliest Americans alive. Subway incidents. Really?
Kamala Harris told Rachel Maddow that her race against Trump ended up being the closest presidential election in the 21st century.
Very funny. Trump won by a landslide. I think over 100 million Americans voted for that guy. They love him. They know him from The Apprentice. What did Kamala Harris ever do? She was a cackling, annoying bitch.
When asked about proof, she said,
Harris, yep.
I prefer Smirnoff 100.
Is a drunk. Oh, my God.
Kamala also told The View she thought the
Very good,
differences
Amy
between her and former President Joe Biden were obvious. True. He doesn't have to blow something to start his car.
Oh. So this joke could go 2 ways, because blow something can mean you blow on something, and blow something can also mean something with the pee-pee.
Or get a job.
Hey, penis is implied on that one there.
That's terrible that you would laugh at that.
Got him.
All right.
A fun crowd tonight.
So the left loves to hit us with their new buzzword, censorship. But like with every issue, it's always projection. It's like when they call you Hitler, but they're the ones with the little mustaches.
Rashida Tlaib, we're back.
So Google now admits that Biden officials pressed YouTube to censor COVID content during the pandemic.
Mm-hmm. Classic government overreach during a medical emergency. You guys, you have to let free speech reign. Okay, I want to hear from the most successful. I don't trust the government. If my town was on fire, all right, if Austin, Texas was completely in flames and the government was saying you need to evacuate, and JP Sears was on YouTube saying you actually need to stand in the flames and let them cleanse your body, I'd be like, I kind of want to hear both sides.
Meaning so-called misinformation was scrubbed faster than Doug Emhoff's junk after the nanny left.
Nice.
And now Google's reinstating these accounts. At least those tech nerds finally came around. But if they really cared so much about medical science, they should have investigated why Joe Biden hasn't cast a shadow since 2005.
Is that a Groundhog Day joke or a vampire joke? Vampire. Okay, good. Thank you for clearing that up, guys. Because he's dead. Yeah, he's dead, which means he's old. 48.
But there's more than that. Remember when the Biden White House jailed someone for a meme? Douglas Mackey was jailed for a joke about false voting instructions, while liberals who made the same joke are
jailed for a meme, a simple joke about confusing people on how to vote. That's a simple joke. People should know. They should be able to tell. Don't listen to a guy in a suit. you listen to a guy in a truck or a girl in a bedroom. Those are the two kinds of people that are telling the truth on the internet. Because I've been in trucks, I've been in bedrooms.
Freer than Larry Kudlow jogging at a nude beach.
Larry Kudlow.
So that's the left's commitment to free speech. They only care if a millionaire leftist is suspended for a few days. But destroying your life to shut you up, that's cool because you aren't Jimmy Kimmel. So it's no wonder that liberal policies are as popular as cold sores at a CPR training class. The Dems are
It's a great joke. CPR training is when you go to a place and you kiss as many people as possible on the mouth, because that's how you get someone back to life. We know that because that's how you get Sleeping Beauty back to life. You kiss her on the lips. So if you see someone struggling or they're not breathing, mouth to mouth.
Water across the board. What are we seeing, Harry?
Just like Tom Brady and son.
What are we seeing? You know, Donald Trump being underwater, Democrats saying, oh, this guarantees us we're going to fly high in the midterms. Let me tell you, this guarantees you nothing, because at this particular point, the Democrats are the New Orleans Saints of political parties. What are we talking about? Trust the Dems or GOP more on the economy? Who leads on the economy? Republicans by 7. Immigration, Republicans by 13. How about crime, a big issue for Donald Trump and the Republicans? Look at that, lead by 22 points.
Nice.
That's a lot.
Dems.
But are you surprised? The Dems only care about crime when the victim is trans and the atrocity is no urinals in the ladies' room.
Nice. Got him. I'm just going to say trans athlete policies on that one because perfect.
But I wonder, does he have a bottom line?
So the bottom line is this. At this particular point, the ball may be on the ground, but the Democrats have not picked up the ball and running with it. If anything, at this particular point, it's the Republicans.
Not here long. If you've got bingo, you've got to claim the bingo. I don't know if there's a button for it, but you got to claim it.
Who are running with the ball on the top issues, the economy, immigration, and
there
crime.
it is. Not here long. Congratulations. This is your first bingo win. That's very exciting. You may link a link in the chat if you find something that needs explaining. It wouldn't work till you full screened. God damn. Not the top. It's not the top bingo app on the platform, I'm afraid. It's not always going to work. Just like the jokes on The View are not always going to work. Am I right, guys? Oh, fun stuff. Let's issue some more bingo cards here. Okay, not here long. If you've got a link for us, link it whenever you like, and I'll throw it in a tab. If you don't have any links, you can open the floor in the chat, and whoever responds with a link first, that's the one. What do we got here? We got more Tylenol vids from Jimmy, not Jimmy, Jimmy P, JP Sears, Jimmy P Sears. Or we've got, what else we got here? I was kind of interested in those.
To believe it, but they're just saying the new information. These people, it's like they're acting like a tyrannical government is trying to disarm them. You know how I would be if they're like looking at.
Nice, not here long. It's got a little short one. Thank you.
Someday, this all.
Excellent stuff. Perfect. In the tab, logged.
Do like gun constrictions. Say, hey, I'm like pro 2A. Don't take my guns. And these people are acting like they're trying to take our Tylenol. Our Tylenol is a constitutional right. Well, guess what? Tylenol is not a constitutional right. And even with that, you still have the right to take it.
America is one of our core values here in the United States is nobody is entitled to medicine in any way. Don't forget it. You are entitled to a gun, but you are not entitled to medicine, especially medicine that causes autism.
Trying to take it from you. They're just seemingly trying to give you like earnestly good caution about what can cause autism. Next, TikTok scientist.
About to take Tylenol for my headache while pregnant because I don't take my medical advice from a man who doesn't have a degree in science, healthcare, or medicine.
I bet she takes medical advice from Bill Gates.
And who had a parasitic.
Good job. So JP here, this is like a roast video and a reaction video, right? Like he's making fun of these people for having stupid opinions, and mentioning Bill Gates is always a funny way to make people laugh, because a lot of libs, they follow Bill Gates for their medical advice.
Brain infection, and
That's why, and two, this is why I get a lot of my medical information from TikTok, because I know I can trust TikTok because it's not a Bill Gates app. If you go on Windows, if you go on Bing, and you look up medical advice from Johns Hopkins University or the Mayo Clinic or one of these big woke institutions, it's going to be filtered through the lens of Bill Gates. Bill Gates he's in your computer. So you want to go on your phone and you want to go on TikTok, because TikTok is controlled by good vibes.
was addicted to heroin for 14 years. Yeah, I'll trust my doctors who have their degree.
Fair enough. She can trust whoever she wants. Now, here's another lady you can see seemingly either.
So not even really a dunk there, just a kind of a little Bill Gates reference to get everybody laughing. Oh, we have another lady here, clearly pregnant, and she's about to create an autistic baby before our very eyes. Avert your eyes if you don't want to see autism created.
Pretty pregnant or very type 2 diabetic.
Oh, wow, a little fat joke there. Could, yeah, maybe she just has a big beer gut from eating cupcakes all day and laying around and getting government benefits, which is what Democrats are always doing. Not like JP, who's absolutely juiced.
3 bottles of Tylenol. Great.
Nylan Amber says, LOL, Mayo Clinic. Yeah, it's my favorite. It's the funniest one to get medical advice from, because it is a condiment.
It's so empowering. That is so empowering. Now, what else is empowering is a tweet from Tylenol back in 2017, which says, we actually don't recommend using any of our products while pregnant. Yeah, that's pretty empowering too. And now this started really widely circulating the day after those pregnant women were posting all those very empowering videos. Like,
get back to the videos.
Tylenol while pregnant, it's fine.
That's the lady
well,
from the beginning.
Tylenol says it's not fine. They say they be linked to autism. Why? Is it because of Tylenol, how it can...
Oh my God. This is the kind of shit libs will pull up as their evidence. The Ottawa Citizen. And you might think, where the hell is Ottawa? No, first of all, I had no idea. It's in Canada? You're gonna pull scientific data from Canada. The Democrats have absolutely no clue. Do you guys know how much money Canada made last year? I think Canada as a country made $3,600 US. That doesn't even pay for 1 second of Tom Segura at the Riyadh Comedy Festival. Okay? Canada is broke because they are wrong. So don't ever look at this, $1 for 6 months subscription to the Ottawa Citizen, and you're gonna listen to them for medical advice. Unbelievable. God, just pathetic stuff.
Can be linked to autism. Why? Is it because the medical establishment really cares about Tylenol? Like, it's not saving lives. It's a pain reliever. And anytime I've taken it, I've never felt it working. So it's not like an alleged life-saving medication. So why are they all crusading on behalf of Tylenol?
And it's all of them. This is what's crazy. That when each TikTok represents about 1 million people doing that thing. People don't understand. That's how TikTok trends work. When you see someone on TikTok doing a video, even if it's a one individual, that represents massive swaths of the population.
For example, like you see
how do I know that's true?
Out of Canada, Tylenol safe, appropriate during pregnancy. Society of Obstetricians and Gynecologists of Canada. Are they really that pro Tylenol? I think there's something deeper going on. Why you have the mainstream crusade to be pro Tylenol all of a sudden. I'll share that with you in a second. But first, here's another world news headline from NBC News. World health officials counter Trump's unproven claim of link between acetaminophen
and autism. Okay, yeah, and then great. That's a great headline. But when you actually do your research and read under the headline, it says authorities from Australia and Europe. That's 2 strikes, man. Australia and Europe are not serious places. They're not serious areas to be taken seriously. How many aircraft carriers does Australia have? I'm pretty sure none. So I'm ignoring that.
And autism. Unproven claim. Authorities from Australia to Europe, which is just ocean in between. So it's not that significant. Move swiftly Tuesday to respond to the U.S. announcement and affirm the safety of the drug during pregnancy. So it's kind of like there's not really downside of not taking Tylenol when you're pregnant. Again, it's not life-saving. It's not allegedly life-saving. So why, because there's let's just say President Trump and RFK Jr. are maybe right. Let's not even say they're definitely right. If they're maybe right, what's the downside of just not taking it? There is no downside. And what's the upside of continuing to take it? Well, maybe I have elbow pain relief. What's the downside? Well, a kid could get autism. So why are all these world health authorities railing against this?
That's a great point. That's a great point, JP. And, it's a good point I think he stole from a lot of libs. A lot of libs say the same thing about climate change, right? It's like, hey, what if we cleaned the pollution from the world and stopped filling our bodies with plastic and carbon monoxide? And it turned out climate change was a hoax the whole time. Now we got to live in this shit-ass clean world that doesn't have enough jobs. Yeah.
Autism, Tylenol claim. Is it because they want to defend Tylenol? No. Now, granted, there's, I'm sure, some
I think that's what he's saying.
Pharma industrial complex lobby that's like, dude, we make money on Tylenol, so this is bad press for us. Let's be pro Tylenol. Let's pull the strings. I'm sure there's some of that. But is that all? No. Is that the majority of it? I don't think so. What is the majority reason why these world authorities are railing against this claim? I think they just want to discredit any autism-linked claim that RFK Jr. makes.
Yep.
Why? Because there's already claims, and there will likely be more claims about the link between autism.
Okay, well, Sliced Pan, I come to Myles for sound medical advice. Thank you. You can trust me because I get my medical advice straight from comedians. I don't mince words. Sometimes it can be difficult to hear. Okay, but Sliced Pan, I'm sorry if you happen to have Tylenol-induced autism. But, now we know how you got it.
So I think this is really the pro
voice there.
movement where
Let's wrap it up,
there's
JP.
someone
We
out
got to
of
get back to
Canada.
Gutfeld.
My entire life, I've trusted the government. Jeez.
Oh, whoa, yikes.
Where have you been?
Yikes.
He goes on. I even joined the military as a young lad. How can we trust a government that is lying to us, giving us such bad advice because of political reasons? Tylenol themselves say not to use their product during pregnancy, but Health Canada knows best somehow?
Yeah. Again, don't get advice from Canadians. Don't listen to them. Don't. They're a strange, confused, communist people, and they're very similar to Minnesotans that way. You got to block them out. Just block them and move on. Flan's shirt. Thank you for the $2. 2 United States dollars. Love to have it. Lots of money going towards the fund of I'm going to use to buy and destroy Tylenol.
My entire worldview is changing in front of my eyes at a rapid rate. So, of course, he's got the Tylenol post from 2017. This is don't use her stuff during pregnancy. And then more propaganda out of Canada, like the piece we just saw.
Yeah, more Canadian propaganda. You can't escape it. It filters through the border. This is why, again, I think we should lock the border down between Canada and America. I'll let you know, it's a very loose border. A lot of there's animals crossing it all the time. There are trees, sometimes leaves fall. Certainly, wildfire smoke comes from Canada and billows across the United States. I think a hard Canadian border is what America needs. And you didn't hear it here first. People have been calling for that for a long time. Canadians are always leaking across and wreaking havoc in the United States. We need to shut it down. Lamp Boob, thank you for the 24 bits. I don't know why people just don't take acetaminophen instead of Tylenol. Problem solved, libs. That's a very good point. Let's get back to Gutfeld and let's get your bingo going. Oh, he was just mid-dunk on these libs, I believe. Let me just grab this.
You know, Jack, everything comes at a cost.
Bingo.
Right?
Amateur joke explainer. Oh, big post.
Cam Newton.
With the Cam Newton kiss. Why is 3 a libtard cuck? Looks like it's laying there like a dirty dam, according to Gutfeld, with his exposed ass in the air, butt cheeks spread, watching 6 and 9 have the funniest kind of sex. Surely I'm not the only one seeing this. Come on, guys. Get enhanced and see the light. $3.69 is the funniest number. $3.69 is also a decent donation, which will go towards funding our professor's very own infinity pool, preceded by chicken strips. Myles isn't nearly red enough. Let's feed him. Thank you, Amateur Joke Explainer. A very concise argument for $3.69 being the funniest number. You might be starting something here. I think this is a very good. I should go to the Comedy Mothership where debates like this often take place in the green room between the great minds, where they determine what the funniest things are. And I could raise this as a matter. Thank you for your donation. Thank you for making a point. And thank you for your well wishes of my skin becoming more red and my body being more full of chicken strips. It means a lot, especially going into the winter time. It's great to load up on chicken strips in the fall so that if there's a chicken strip shortage or a period of time where I need to go without strips, I can still survive and stay warm. So thank you so much, Amateur Joke Explainer, for your proposal, but also your good wishes and sentiment.
Well, it can't get worse than that. Unless we compare it back to 2022, Harry?
Yeah, let's compare it back to 2022. I think this kind of gives away the game right here. Okay, the GOP is more trusted than the Dems on the economy. It was 12 points in 2022. Slight decline in that lead, but still 7 points. How about immigration? It was Republicans by 3 back in 2022. Look at this. The Republican lead's actually gone up by 10 points. What are you doing, Democrats? My goodness gracious. And on crime, the Republicans were up by 13, and now they're up by 22. The lead, again, expanding by nearly double digits. So whatever Whatever Democrats are doing, it ain't working, Kate. It ain't working.
Yeah, they're doing Tylenol.
I wish I had him as a teacher in grade school. Now, you'd think these numbers would be cause for reflection. Hey, maybe our ideas are the problem. Maybe men in bikinis or letting murderers out of jail and allowing boatloads of drugs in isn't exactly speaking to our voters. No. These ghastly numbers only drive them deeper into their rabid, one-size-fits-all solution.
Rabid.
Demonization. Branding.
Rabid. You guys, Democrats are rabid. They're like rabid dogs. Roaming the streets, foam at the mouth, blue hair, rainbows all over their face, just biting. Gotta put them down. Gotta put them down. Said it before and I'll say it again. I don't advocate for violence, but Democrats are rabid animals. Very
Trump,
funny
a fascist, is the easy fix for a party that has no answers. Because while Trump spent his time on the issues, immigration, crime, the economy, they never worked out those muscles. And the result was political atrophy. The Dems never picked up the weights. They just sat around gorging on hate. Already 2 million illegals have been deported.
Gorging on hate. Like a beast of the underworld. Insatiable appetite for rage. The Democrats, that's what I think. When I think Democrats, I think of like a Cretan minotaur in a maze with a club, pummeling and eating children.
Since Trump took office, 1.6 million self-deported. Just the thought of Trump sent them running like bystanders when Jerry Nadler's robe falls open.
Jerry Nadler, and that's a penis joke, because when a robe falls out open, the penis pops out. Jerry Nadler, where is he? 33, very funny. And it's very funny to imagine his penis. Normally, Jerry Nadler gets a poop joke, because he famously shit his pants. And I imagine continues to do so.
Meanwhile, they took a look at Biden and they saw an urn propping open the back door of America.
An urn, because he's already dead. And there's migrant gangs right there all gathering, ready to go to your gated community and eat your dog. Scary stuff, guys.
Then there's crime. It took Trump 1 week to turn D.C. around. But as the Dems would tell us, stopping carjackings is the first sign of fascism. Mm-hmm. After all, how else are those poor carjackers supposed to get to the Antifa rally?
Yeah, do you guys know that D.C. is overrun with carjackings? Because it is.
But as usual, the media keeps the getaway car running, providing cover and an easy exit for hateful rhetoric.
The backdoor to America would be Canada. No, good, very good point. It's more of a top hatch than a back door. But I agree. It's a problem. It's a problem. And we have to have another wall. There should be another wall on the north and a bigger wall in the south to finally be safe.
But look, it's easy for the right to be popular when you're competing against horrible ideas. And it also helps to come out completely against assassinating people. But I guess the Democrats will have to wait for a poll first to tell them that. Let me grease one up for you.
Wow. Okay, so that's I'm going to say the Democrats is gay, because that poll being greased implies it's going to go into the butt, I think. So, very funny stuff.
Because when a conservative leader is murdered in cold blood, it didn't stop them from fanning the flames like Randy Weingarten with itching powder in her jockstrap.
Misgendered.
But they were never like Charlie. Debate was never the answer. So now all the words they have left are the same ones they used against us to begin with. Fascist, Nazi, racist. They didn't learn from Trump's near assassination, and they can't learn from Charlie's actual assassination.
Yeah, you guys remember that guy that shot Trump the first time? I can't remember what his name was or what he looked like, but he was definitely a Democrat in some way, and he was definitely mainlining MSNBC and probably PBS. I don't know if you guys have seen PBS, but what a goddamn hate network that is. Every time I watch a PBS story about Yosemite's geysers or the different kinds of animals at the Monterey Bay Aquarium, I always think, fuck, this makes me hate Republicans so much. Like, this is such a disaster. This is such a hate program. So glad it's gone.
Nation. Because if they see the evil in their words, what does that mean? Then they have to let them go, and they can't. Because really, what's left? Let's welcome tonight's
Got him. Period. Period means he wins.
He made history as the first person in the cat.
Look at this, man. I love the look the TV people have. They're so smooth, and they look like a dress shoe. A perfectly tanned dress shoe, polished with some well-whitened teeth, ready to receive the bright lights of showbiz. They're looking good. Oh my God, we're only on Thursday. We're going to get some more bingos today, I guarantee it. I'm excited for you guys. So Train says, wait, I want to see Tyrus. We already got Tyrus. Tyrus has been checked off, and there he is, So Train.
That's true. Thank you.
There he is. Crowd's wild tonight.
Thank you for joining us. Brian Kilmeade will be coming around shortly to take your drink order.
Brian Kilmeade. You guys see Brian Kilmeade in the news recently advocating for the euthanization of homeless people across America? That was a dark joke. Very funny, though.
Happy Thursday, everyone. So a new study links drinking alcohol to the risk of dementia. Alcohol and dementia.
Alcohol and dementia. Sounds like the Kamala Biden ticket.
Sounds familiar.
Guys, hands in the air. Hands in the air. Touch the spirit. Could you feel the spirit in the air? I could feel the spirit, and that's how I knew that's what the joke was going to be. Oh, man. I swear to God, I didn't watch this beforehand. Love to see it. Swaying and praying.
Turns out a South African minister's prediction that the world would end on Tuesday didn't come true. Meaning Mika Brzezinski had sex with her husband for no reason.
Coastal elites. That's what these two are. Morning Joe and Mika. The running joke is that they never touch each other, even though they're husband and wife, which is very funny.
Even he's laughing. Kamala's new book revealed that she moaned to her husband during Tim Walz's disastrous VP debate.
Oh, I bet that was the first time she'd ever done that. Because I bet her husband is always fucking the nanny. Please, Gutfeld, tell me what I want to hear.
Marking the first time Tim Walz has ever made a woman moan.
What?
A woman moan.
Did I get confused?
Disastrous VP debate.
Oh, during the okay. I was close to predicting that, but no. Very funny. Tim Walz not good at sex. Not a manly guy. Okay? Just a big bitch who we all hate.
Marking the first time Tim Walz has ever made a woman moan.
The only politicians I want are guys that can fuck good. Yeah, I think we can all agree on that. JFK.
Harris also wrote that there was, quote, more riding on Tim's debate than there should have been. Her husband, Doug, agreed, saying there should have been more riding on nannies.
Nannies. Oh, almost same time.
New York Governor Kathy Hochul was booed by fans when she was brought up on stage at the Ryder Cup golf tournament.
Oh, no.
But the worst moment came when golfers mistook her face for a 3-wood.
Ugly.
Barack Obama admitted he had to dig himself out of a hole in his marriage.
Oh, wow. Maybe that's because Michelle Obama is a man. Come on, please. She's going to get mentioned here. Number 42 is going up.
Luckily for Joe, they didn't fill it.
What?
Dig himself out of a hole in his marriage. Luckily for Joe, they didn't fill it.
Obama had to dig himself out of a hole in his marriage. So this is a surreal joke. So the hole becomes a physical hole here in the course of this bit. And then Joe says, "Thanks for not filling that hole, Jack. Because I'm going to lay down because I'm a dead corpse." Okay, when I say it out loud like that, it becomes, I can understand it there. I was a little slow on that one, but very funny. Kibble Slice Pan asked, who writes this? Brian actually did a little bit of research, and apparently Gutfeld writes most of these jokes himself, so he does get to keep the whole, most of the money. I think Joe Mackey punches him up.
Hillary Clinton told Morning Joe that Americans have to stop finger pointing, especially kids who point at her and say, "Mommy, is that the lady who killed Jeffrey Epstein?"
Hillary Clinton, there she is.
I know.
Has killed people.
Where do kids get this idea?
That's true.
Probably the internet. Pregnant women have been posting videos of themselves taking Tylenol.
Jeffrey Epstein, yes.
After Trump said there's a link between the pain reliever and autism.
Hey, we just talked about this. Everybody's talking about this. That's why I love live streams. I get to be right on the tippy top of the news.
Wow, I hope Trump will link autism with doing the dishes.
Nice. Nice. Oh, women are annoying. Number 72. They never do the fucking dishes.
She's so happy doing the dishes. President Trump hung an official...
Is that a Gutfeld explain? She's so happy doing the dishes. Or is that just a little bonus ad at the end?
Picture of Joe Biden's auto pen at the White House.
That's funny.
If you think
that's a funny joke. Come on. Trump dunking on Biden is one of the funniest things ever. Biden is not going to win the next election. You heard it here first.
It's bad. Look at the new official picture of Bill Clinton.
Bill Clinton is a pervert. That's two more. We got a lot of bingo cards. Pay attention. We might have some winners here. So this is the famous cigar here. Bill Clinton famously
bingo
jammed a cigar in Monica Lewinsky's vagina. Hey, Gina Potts, congratulations on your bingo. Sniped it. Amy's twitching. Devastated. So sorry. Coming down to the line there. Gina Potts wins. I will do we might have time for one fast little bingo here. I will do an abridged version. Oh, Gina Potts has the YouTube link ready to go, so I will get that.
Porn destroys marriages in different ways.
Great audio preview. Great audio preview of the video to come. Perfect. Thank you, Gina Potts. Very good stuff. I'll do an abridged. You know what? Let's just keep going. I'm gonna throw out the bingo cards. Let's rip through the last Gutfeld. See if anyone else wins, and then we'll slam through these user videos. I'm gonna stress you out here with how soon this bingo is gonna be. Look at this. Oh baby, this is gonna be scary. You guys have what? It did not. It's supposed to be there. Yeah, that's scary. Look at that. Less than a minute. Less than a minute. Yes, you guys are panicking. I can just imagine everyone's pulling over. You guys are driving your truck. You guys all have your Dodge 3500 Cummins diesel trucks pulling off the side of the highway right now, pulling the phone out, getting the bingo card as fast as you can. Some of you guys probably on big rigs. You got all your little Gutfeld stuffies. You got the Fox 5 dangling from your rearview mirror. They're all swaying. Yeah, they're just just cutting off a cyclist to hammer the brakes. Get your bingo cards. Swaying and praying. Okay. We got 14 players. Let's do it. King Shaman's ranked 14 on the leaderboard for bingo. That's crazy. King Shaman, I think I've seen win many bingos. Okay, here we go. 18 players. I love it. Love to see it. That's a healthy bingo. Let's finish this bingo off. Back to the famous Cuban penetrator.
Finally, a California town has posted warnings of an attack squirrel that sent several people to the hospital. Gavin Newsom is safe since he has no nuts.
Oh, boom, bam, bam. Gavin Newsom, we haven't seen him on Gutfeld in a while. He was the talk of the Gutfeld while he was trolling the Trump administration there for a little while. Very funny. It's a penis joke there, too, because nuts is another word for testicles, and testicles, of course, are attached to the penis. And a medical fact, pee is stored in the balls. We reached a new subs goal of 10. Thank you, everybody. I'll give you number 9, too.
Thank you.
I'm going to be loose with this. I'm going to be fast and loose.
So following Wednesday's shooting at a Dallas ICE facility, the left once again wants to make this a both sides problem, which is like saying both the arsonist and the fireman burned the house down. There's a big difference between fire starters and fire stoppers. That's why I don't have a calendar of New York's sexiest arsonists in my office.
Great point.
But whenever something awful
people,
happens, like the assassination of a conservative or Brian Kilmeade writing another book.
Got him.
If you dare point out who did it, they yell both sides.
Both
So
sides.
maybe it is both sides. The hard left and the left. The only other time it's both sides is when the shooter claims to be male and female. But why not hear the other side out? So let's put on our hazmat suits and head over to MSNBC, where they actually suggested leftist terrorists writing slogans on bullets as a tactic from the right. A former FBI official actually said this.
Brenton Tarrant, he was a fierce, white supremacist and neo-Nazi, and wrote all over his weapon and his rounds. So to see this coming from, potentially the other side of the political spectrum is a little strange. If you are trying to carry out some kind of message countering, more extreme.
Niall and Amber saying women are annoying simply because there's two women on the screen walking around. That is really fishing for a bingo card. But you know what? I'd have to agree. They look lost. I am already annoyed. I'll give you that one.
Extreme right-wing stuff. I don't know why you would.
They should be doing the dishes.
Use a tactic that a famous white supremacist who has been revered and copycatted over the years.
Not hard to see why he has former in his title. What does a killer from New Zealand have to do with lefty maniacs in the U.S.? Nothing. It's like blaming the Klingons for Jesse Waters' hair.
Jesse Waters' hair joke.
It's the biggest reach since Jay Pritzker tried to scratch his balls.
J.B. Pritzker is fat. That's a great fat joke there.
Here's MSNBC's Rosa Flores.
We've also seen the very dramatic videos of ICE nabbing individuals and tossing them into unmarked vehicles. A lot of these ICE agents have been masked, and so it has been very divisive.
Rosa
and there's been a lot
Flores.
of fear in the different communities where we've been reporting.
So I guess the agents had it coming. It's the old look how the rape victim was dressed routine. She's telling them not to wear masks while they're being shot at. But this stuff is sanctioned, even by the party's leaders. Here's Gavin Newsom, a governor who runs his state like a college sophomore smoking his first joint.
This is tough to see because Gavin Newsom has very good Fox News skin. It's weird to see them turn on someone who looks so similar.
Point.
Masked men jumping out of unmarked cars, people disappearing, no due process, no oversight, zero accountability happening in the United States of America today. People ask, well, is authoritarianism, you're being hyperbolic? Bull, we're being hyperbolic.
Oh,
censored.
If you truly believe that in your soul, we must
too.
first accept that you have one. But he knows what he's doing. He's not calling Trump a big jerk. He's saying he's a fascist. And what do you do with fascists? Well, Tyler Robinson showed you. But thankfully, other Democrat leaders are toning down their rhetoric.
Yeah, when you call someone a fascist, that's basically advocating for their murder. So never call someone a fascist. Just simply call them a person of law and order.
How do you prove to somebody that you're a U.S. citizen? Your accent? The color of your skin? That's not the country we live in. You shouldn't have to walk around with papers
so
the way that they
fat.
did
I
in
can't even
the
concentrate.
early days of Nazi Germany to prove that you belong and that you're not one of them.
It's crazy that the Dems keep calling people Nazis. Nazis are from Germany. Okay? They don't occur anywhere else. Okay? Fascists are from Germany. Are the Republicans German? No.
And that is essentially the kind of country that we're becoming.
Usually when Pritzker throws the N-word around, he means nachos. Acid fully loaded and keep him coming. Be easier to take him seriously if he had a neck. He looks like a pelican swallowing a pot roast.
67 is
and
a
of
great
course, if you
visual
smell
there.
wet garbage, you know Hillary's in town.
The idea that you could turn the clock back and try to recreate a world that never was, dominated by, let's say it, white men of a certain persuasion, a certain religion, a certain point of view, a certain ideology, is just doing such damage to what we should be aiming for.
That's a war against white men. What? How dare you call out white men? White men are under attack right now. We are under attack.
What? Isn't she charming? No wonder Bill spends most of his days perched in a tree outside the local Hooters.
Bill Clinton is a pervert. Look at him.
Today's
look at that.
Drive.
Just give me a couple of them nice titties. You can see the titties. Look at the titties, Hillary. Look at that. Look at him. Look at them titties through the window. I can see them. Where's my cigar?
On declaring their enemies evil. But us, we mock, we ridicule, we call people dumb, lazy, fat, wrong. But not demons, not Hitler. That's the left's game. Because once you decide your opponent is Hitler, then anything goes. Violence becomes justified. And then when some mentally ill kid takes their cue, you guys just shrug. Well, it's both sides.
It's stupid,
no.
yeah.
The bombs under Fox
gonna
News
say Dems.
trucks, the ICE raid protests, the vandalized memorials, the bullets etched
Migrant
with
gangs.
all coming from one direction.
Amy's twitching. Wow. The chosen one from the beginning. Congratulations. Congratulations on the bingo win. The final bingo of the day. Coming in clutch. Thought all was lost. Comes in and wins. Okay. That was final bingo.
Bingo!
Oh! Business Money NYC also wins bingo. I believe that's their first bingo win. Okay. We're gonna have a lot of videos to get through here. Both win. We are now going to the we grab these links. Get these links. Business NYC, Business Money NYC. You are entitled to a link as well. Let me just get these links sorted out here. Boom. Get them all ready to go. Okay, we got that one. Okay, perfect. Perfect. Gonna organize my thoughts here. Excellent stuff. I will keep looking with one eye on this chat here. Amy's twitching. Thank you.
Jack, everything comes at a cost, bud.
Everything comes at a cost, bud.
Cam Newton.
Everything. God. Love to see the love. Thank you, King Shaman. I can't believe the King Shaman has fallen in the rankings on bingo. King Shaman is one of the best bingo players I think we've seen. Gutfeld, King Shaman is, in my opinion, in the Hall of Fame of Gutfeld bingo and stand-up bingo. Right, let's start this going. I'm going to keep watching to see if Business NYC, Business Money NYC, it's got a link. Until then, let's explain this. Okay, I get the last link here from Business Money, and then we're all ready to go. Perfect. Okay, back to Biden. Let's see. Okay, he's gonna be old. That's gonna be one of the jokes, guarantee. Oh God. He dangles the mask on the ear. Classic Democrat virtue signaling off the beginning of the speech here. Absolutely sickening. Man, he had to sing the birthday song to remember his name.
I'm the big guy. Joe.
Mr. Gorbachev, tear down.
An outstanding job.
The huckster laughing his ass off at this one. Hey, Larry, did he say Hurley and Mo? So he got the name of the Three Stooges wrong. Very funny thing, the Three Stooges were a comedy troupe 150 years ago. So Joe Biden would be making this reference because he's an ancient vampire. Because he's accomplished nothing. I feel like a lot of these jokes are very self-explanatory, which makes it so easy for me. A little bit of prop. Chevy Chase had a bit where he would fall down on Saturday Night Live as Gerald Ford. Gerald Ford was a famous falling down guy. And Chevy Chase fell down on SNL. Every time he fell down, he made $1 million and would buy a large estate. All right, let's see here.
Someday, this all will be mine.
Oh no! What is going on?
Oh my God.
What movie is that? That was a Wizard of Oz joke there. Lara Flynn Boyle from I believe is she in Twin Peaks? That was a wacky death. This is 14 minutes. I'm gonna have to do a little shorter one here. Oh, perfect. The Riyadh Comedy Festival. These are all our favorite people.
Yo, it's Billy Burka. Yo, we get Riyadh money, baby. It's brutal. Hey, yo, we getting Riyadh money. Yeah. We getting Riyadh money. I am a cook, I got a shitty black and white. Yeah. I am a cook, I got a shitty black and white. It's brutal. We getting Riyadh money. Yo, we getting Riyadh money. Now that Riyadh money got them selling they souls. If they wasn't telling jokes, they be selling they hoes. They do anything for dollars, even say a prayer to Allah. Balaclavas on their faces just to pack out a show. Whoa, Chris Stefano, I had to let you know this festival might rest your soul. They colder than the Eskimos. The episodes you drop must not be making no sense. Mr. Ross only going cause there's no age of consent. Guess the roast master general demoted to lieutenant. I'm the lord of this land, I'm evicting these Jew tenants. Who didn't expect Tommy Buns to take the Saudi funds? Probably for a Rolex he don't give the kids a mommy none. Aziz needs this, I'm rooting for him in the end. Cause how could you get canceled for being a horny Indian? I can't believe what I'm seeing is Pete Davidson. Made a lot of money, but I guess he ain't been saving none. Never forget, well I guess he forgot. Now he performing for the animals that took out his pops. Does he even know? And shit, probably got bad friends like Saudi Santino and Hammurabi Lee. Pulled that little penis out on stage where he gon' be a goner first time out in the country. Unless we count in Tijuana. I wonder why they canceled on Tim Dillon. Probably cause they heard about the men that he been drilling. Not ratting, I'm chin chilling, but what about Miss Whitney? Voice for strong women? Bitch, you gotta be shitting me. I remember you vividly, Simon D'Elia wickedly. You headed to a place where they treating women maliciously, beating the bitches viciously, physically dominating hoes. Silver lining, we can't see her body when it's draped in robes. She gon' fit right in with the ancient ruins. Hey Sebastian, what are you doing? They go for payroll, do whatever you say.
These are all my
so.
favorite
Kirsten,
comics.
haven't you seen what they do to gay hoes? Squeeze you like your Play-Doh, on God, they'll murk you. Or maybe they invited you to make you wear a burqa. Mark and Sam, they might be drunk. And if they say the wrong thing, they might be sliced and chunked inside the trunk of a fucking Cybertruck. Now this just don't seem worth a little subscriber bump. Chappelle turned down millions and went to Africa. Now we headed back just to hack for some human traffickers. Louis, please, you're selling your soul, brother. Used to think you was the GOAT, now you hanging with goat fuckers. How the fuck could Kev possibly need any more cheese? Another divorce? Jeez, stop fucking these whores, please. Saudi see this little midget, they'll chase him like Voorhees. When machetes hope you ready to drop to your knees. Oh, Billy Bird, a Beantown hypocrite. I'll admit when you was dissing mustard, I ain't give a shit. But now you headed to a place they pay your wife to feel her hair. Hates white billionaires, loves brown trillionaires. You cringe ginger, screaming out free Luigi. Sucking so much Saudi dick that you gon' need a squeegee for the cleaning of the semen and demons from rubbing genies. Your opinion means nothing, shut your mouth, fucking weenie. I know it's people that sharing the same feelings. What a shame, all these lames with these hijacking plain villains. Shout out to Shane Gillis, a true American patriot. Declined the Saudi offer cause he knew that shit would make him sick. For the rest of y'all, enjoy your little festival. I really hope that they don't chop off all your breast and balls. Sorry guys, just being a broke hater. I'll just say congratulations and welcome to Al Qaeda.
Wow, look at that. That was a, I don't listen to a lot of raps, but that one seemed quite derogatory towards my favorite comedians. There's been a lot, I kind of talked about this at the beginning of the stream, there's a lot of criticism of these comedians who are simply getting that bag of money that they must get. I've said this before, comedy is a competition of who has the most money. Comedians are very competitive. They're always working hard. They're always writing, but they know that the funniest person has the most wealth. And so you guys might be thinking, hey, like, why are, doesn't Kevin Hart have enough money? Didn't Dave Chappelle get $60 million to do 2 Netflix specials? Does he need more cash? Yes, because you're always ranking who's the funniest comedian. These are all very funny comedians, but they can't prove that unless they have more money than the other comedians. I've said this before. This is how comedy works. It's how everything works. Okay? You can prove if you're the smartest person, you'll have the most money. If you're the funniest person, you'll have the most money. It's the rule. It's the rule of how it is. You can't fault them for chasing untold wealth at all costs. So it just sounds like this guy's a little bit bitter, a little bit jealous. Now, some of you are speculating, did I get offered Riyadh Comedy Festival? Now, unfortunately, no. But I if they offered it to me, I would take it immediately. I would take the offer immediately, and I would be even willing to offer Brian 1% of my fee as a gesture of goodwill for all the hard work he's done. And you know what? I would also have in the contract that if I'm in trouble with the Saudi government, that Brian will do the jail time. He'll do the jail time, dutifully. Anyway, yeah, they do have an exclusive Patreon tier. I don't know if I've showed this to you guys, but we do have a Saudi Patreon tier. Let me just check it out here before I look at the next video. But we do have a Saudi Patreon tier. Actually, right here. Let me just show you guys this. It's just down here at the bottom. We've had this on the channel since we made the Patreon. We've had a Saudi tier. It just simply says, for $2,000 a month, we will further the interests of the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. And this has been there since the beginning. We anticipated Saudi money getting involved in comedy. At some point, it just seemed like that was the direction the industry was going. And so I thought by getting ahead of it, we might be able to cash in a little bit. But unfortunately, we have not cashed in on the Saudi money so far. But let's go to the next video.
Talking about. Yeah, you motherfuckers are fired up. What's up? They thought I wasn't coming back. Shit. I don't sit there and try to look cool and shit like that. I don't give a fuck who you want. You know what I'm saying? Put some money in my motherfucking pockets. What's your name, man?
I do cool dancing on my stand-up all the time. Well, I used to back when I did stand-up.
Hobo Scratch? You got a girlfriend, man? Man, you better get another name. You don't call nobody house. Can I speak to Tina? Yes, can I tell her who's calling? Hobo Scratch. That shit.
Hey, see? This is where the crowd work started. People think crowd work is a modern phenomenon. Crowd work is bread and butter stand-up.
Don't mix, man. Darren, you're Darren now, all right? I'm a fucking Darren. That's your thief name, Darren. What's up, man? All right, shit getting a little fucked up in here. I know you want dreads to grow, but right now something's not like a chia pet type shit. It's not flowing. It's not.
This is Martin Lawrence. He's from Bad Boys.
Yeah.
Bad Boys is a movie about two bad boys. They get in all sorts of trouble, but at the end of the day, they both get hot ladies.
I feel good though, y'all. I feel good. I mean, thanks to all you guys. How y'all doing up there? I ain't forgot about.
But that's just a little bit of crowd acknowledgement off the beginning. There's a little bit of crowd acknowledgement. Not too much heavy humor. Made fun of the hair a little bit, but it's mostly about acknowledging that there are people in the room.
Y'all.
And now he's gonna get into it. Here we go.
Thanks to all you guys, I'm doing well. I'm very happy. I'm fat like that. I'm growing like that. What the fuck is that record? What is that? And first of all, I said, give Kid Capri a round of applause. Motherfucker blew up, didn't he? He's arrogant now. I said, hello, Kid Capri. Oh, I'll see you on the set. You've changed, man. What is that record, though, man? What is it? I'm fat like that. I'm cool like that. Oh, you know that. He know that. I'm cool like. What is it?
Diggable planets.
What is happening? There's a lot of. Maybe they're just having a casual conversation.
I'm cool like that. I'm rat like that. I'm fat. What the fuck are they talking about? Motherfucker make an album on anything. I got shoes like that. I got shit on my mind like that. I'm just tripping like that. I stink like that. I fuck like that. And the shit's selling.
Good impression.
I go back
don't know
to the old days with the
who.
rappers. I'm into that shit, man. Run DMC, all the boys, you know? But y'all some cold fans sometimes. Y'all do Rap Boys bad. If you're gonna support them always. Cause these brothers working hard, they staying out the street. Nah, cause you know, I was in Atlanta, you know, and I saw Mo D. Remember a couple of years ago, Modi was the shit. How you like me now?
Is his rap name Mole D? As in the fungus?
Oh, hello.
Blackbeard's gayest blouse. Thank you for following us on Twitch.
Saw him in Atlanta with a crisscross jacket on. Confused like a motherfucker, dude.
Modi, not moldy. Okay, good.
Continue to support these brothers, y'all. I'm telling you, I must be doing well. I met Michael Jackson.
Wow.
He wanted to meet me, y'all. That shit tripped me out.
Humble brag.
You know, I was like every brother in this motherfucker. I was like, you know, cause I
Modi, or like the Indian, does the Indian Prime Minister was rapping in Atlanta? That's what an origin story.
thought I'll never meet Michael Jackson. And, you know, I was like, fuck, I don't give a fuck about no motherfucker Michael Jackson. I mean, he was bad when he was doing ABC and all that shit, you know, but fuck him other than that. As soon as they came to me and said, Michael want to meet you. Michael who? Michael Jackson. Shit. I was like a little bitch walking to Michael room. How you doing, Michael?
Is that a little bitch impression?
Let me feel your nose. Oh, my God. Oh, my God.
Really resonating with the crowd. This, the thought of this happening.
But that's a bad. He a bad motherfucking boy though. Ain't nothing changed, y'all. But I'm having fun. And these comics are coming out here because, you know, we present all the best young comics out here, you know what I'm saying? So if anybody tell you they ain't out here, that's bullshit, because these brothers are working hard for you. These are guys you don't see on even at Improv or Comic Strip Live, because they don't want you to believe they out here. But these motherfuckers here tonight on the Death Jam. This is where we as black comedians come together and unite as one. On the motherfucking Jeff Jam.
Jeff
we
Jam.
grab our dicks, we do everything. On the Def Jam. So y'all ready to have a good time?
Jeff Jam.
Let me say it.
Jeff Jam comedy night.
Now louder than that. Yeah. That's what the fuck I'm talking about.
And that's that. So that was his little opening set there. Just a little bit of crowd acknowledgement followed by porn addiction. We're not going to watch this whole video, but I'd like to see Patrick Bet David, Bet365, Bet DraftKings. This guy's a big success.
Porn destroys relationships in different ways. Porn destroys the youth in a different way. Porn destroys singles in a different way. But let me tell you how far we've come along with porn. When it comes down to porn, did you know porn as an industry is bigger than the NBA, NFL, and MLB combined just in America? And did you know the porn industry generates more revenues than ABC, NBC, CBS combined, $15 to $97 billion per year, roughly, and it's around $3,075 per second that the porn industry makes. But let me show you how far we've come along.
That's Riyadh Comedy Festival numbers.
First porn ever produced in America was called The Kiss. Do you know who produced?
Gina Pot says they go to 9:30, 10:37, and 11:37. Thankfully, I've had enough Tylenol that I can remember all these things. 9:30.
So now, here's my thoughts on porn. Okay. When I was in the Army, we had a guy at our unit who was called the GOAT. He came in. When he came to the unit, everybody would talk about this guy. Big.
We had a guy in our unit called the GOAT. Okay, here we go.
Big, tall, African-American, E6, corner 600 VHS. Everyone's like, oh, what's he watching this? All the categories. He had this. You pick and choose whatever you wanted. He had it. He was the modern day, whatever porn site it is, at our unit, right?
Nice. So they had like a man who was a manifestation of Pornhub. That's pretty cool.
So we do watch it. Let's watch this tonight. Let's watch that tonight. I get out of the Army, and when I start building a sales organization, you start experiencing and hearing about different guys.
That's PBD right there.
They're dealing with porn in different ways. One of my guys that I was working with, his porn started like going from regular porn, then he started watching, and he watched some stuff that one day I walked in on an office. Some of the stuff this guy watched was, I don't even want to tell you what he watched, but go to what he was watching. And I looked at this guy, I said, man, you okay watching this stuff? Well, everybody has a different fetish.
I think he's getting a little sweaty talking about all this porn from the Army.
This is a very weird fetish, bro. This fetish is...
Yeah, do you guys ever watch porn with the homies? It's nothing better than getting your best friends together and watching porn.
It's not actually healthy for you. And this fetish is actually not healthy for society.
It's actually better socially to watch porn. It's dangerous to watch porn alone. It's just like drinking, right? If you find yourself drinking alone, you might have an alcohol problem. If you find yourself watching porn alone, you might have a porn addiction. Porn is for groups. It's a social thing.
Society. You're going here, yeah, what's wrong with that? A lot of stuff is wrong with this. You shouldn't be doing this. Now, I'm not trying to judge. Everybody sins in a different way, but I was trying to encourage him to get away from that. Then fast forward, you're running a business. You know, you got husband and wives that deal with their own things. And, hey, so tell me, how are things with you guys? Oh, I haven't, you know, my wife and I haven't had sex for 4 months. And it was, you guys haven't sex for 4 months? No, why not? We just haven't had sex for 4 months. We thought that's normal. That's not normal. No, that's not normal. Why? Private conversations. If I tell you...
Now, you got to be laying that PBD pipe.
100, I'm giving you a small number. So 100 plus conversations like this. And hey, you know, I'm addicted to this, and I just enjoy this more than I enjoy the real sex. You enjoy porn, man. Yeah, I mean, some of the stuff I see here in my imaginations, I'm like hurting marriages. Then, you know, you're in a relationship. You're like, man,
there's a stock photo, guys.
Tinder, you know, this, that, and the pursuit of the hunt of trying to go out there and meet somebody. Why would I want to get into marriage anyway? Swipe right, less responsibility, less risk. FYI, the apps like Tinder on all these other places actually does the complete opposite of motivating a guy to want to be with a girl, because he can get it at any time because the app is so accessible, especially the ones that are maybe earners, top earners, have so many options. All the other guys that are sitting there trying to find a wife and trying to build a family, those options are gone because the girls are... The whole thing right now is built to make men weaker and destroy them.
Did you see? If you type in... Now, this is offensive to me a little bit, because this looks a little bit like something me and Brian would do. There's actually nothing wrong with this. Kind of looks like a fun hang, but I bet if you type in weak men, this is probably the stock video you get, which is offensive. Because this is honestly a lot of what Brian and I did in university.
It now is built to make men weaker and destroy them. And any civilization, any country you give me that's addicted to porn, that's addicted to these types of things, you know, I'm not one to judge, but I will tell you, if an enemy wants to destroy a society, do whatever you can to destroy them early on. The young men, if you can destroy them early and you get them addicted to things like this very early on, you're going to have them within the next 10, 20, 30, 40 years. It's no time until all of a sudden you've destroyed their character, what's on the inside, and it's at that time very easy to take them down. And by the way, guys, this topic is...
Look at this book he's got that he obviously just wrote. Choose Your Enemies Wisely, which is the opposite comedy of Choose Your Friends Wisely. So he's saying, make sure you choose the right enemies. Great advice for life, great advice for stand-up comedy, great advice for business. If you guys, we are all friends here. We all have a good time. But if you guys think that some of these people in the chat might be your enemy, write their username down and make sure they're chosen. Stephen Clark, I used to be a workaholic, but now I just drink at home. Thank you, and I'm glad to hear that. I'm glad to hear you're off the workahol and you're enjoying a life of drinking at home. Make sure friends are there sometimes, though. You know, it's better to drink, just like with porn, it's better to do it with friends. Then you know you're not addicted. You know, you got to be careful with these things. Choose your enemies wisely, Stephen Clark. You guys, thank you for joining us on this Rumble Explain stream. A lot of bingos today, a lot of videos. Thank you for your submissions. Thank you for your donations. Thank you for joining us. It's been a lovely time. We learned so much. Don't forget, do not eat Tylenol when you're pregnant. And the funniest up and coming number is 369. So if you guys are wanting to get a lottery ticket this week, maybe throw a couple 369s in there, and I think you might win. And if you win, I get 1% for that advice. Thank you all so much. I'll see you on Friday. Jokes Explained live on Friday. See you later, everybody. Bye-bye.